Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the VConviz channel. Today I'm going to be showing you all why Troll Slingers are still really strong and why my deck that I've been using, the Troll Slinger with the Shield Mouse, Rocketeers, and the Ice Mage, Frost Mage, I don't know what you call it, but why this works so well. And I do want to say, a little disclaimer, you do have to get some spells. I do get spells, so this is not like a thing that you just stick. You have to adapt, like, pretty frequently actually when you're playing against more Troll Slingers of your opponent, or when you're just playing against, I don't know, different types of decks. You do have to adapt, and adaptation is crucial in this game. But I want to highlight two games today. This is the first game. This is the last ranked game I played of the season, this past season. And I just want to say before we get into this, before really we get into the action, that 2-level differences when you're playing on a ladder, 2-level differences is when it usually, it's considered pretty, like, pretty difficult to play against a card 2 levels above. 3 levels, it's definitely extremely difficult. 1 level, it's definitely manageable. So, this guy has level 13 Cat Mages, and I have level 11 Troll Slingers. And so, I mean, you consider that a decent change in levels there between us. But I mean, it doesn't change anything, man. This is so strong, the strat that I've not necessarily developed myself, you know, because a lot of people are not necessarily using it like I do, but like I find it pretty good. Anyway, I'm scouting out in the beginning with 2 Troll Slingers in each lane. I like to do this. Troll Slingers, their movement speed has been increased, so you know you can basically get away from any situation with your Troll Slingers. It allows you to do a little scouting. You don't necessarily even have to use your scouting tool initially. It forces the other player to kind of show what they have in their hand, and you can save that scouting tool for later in the game. And this is where the action starts to get going. You have the Shield Mouse and you have the the Troll Slingers, and now basically it's a game of just keeping the pressure on. Troll Slingers should be able to win most little skirmishes, and they're really good in the in tier 1, and it's all about trying to keep people away from tier 2 and making sure that you can stay right with them. If they upgrade to tier 2, you want to be on that tier 2 as well, just because if you get too far behind, if you're a whole tier away, you're definitely losing the game. But if you can keep the pressure on, stay in tier 1, you're going to win this game with the Troll Slingers. As you can see, he uses his that's a really bad fire pillar, but regardless, I'm going to return here. I'm going to get more Shield Mouse across the board, and I'm also going to add more Troll Slingers to my attack here. I have 2 camps up. This guy only has 1 camp, and as we can see here, my Ayla is still up. I'm protecting my Ayla because the Ayla is the champion that you're using tier 1 is just so powerful, and I'm constantly using my mana. You can see I'm constantly placing troops down just to keep up the pressure. Even though this guy is 2 levels above me in the Cat Mages, and this is looking actually pretty bad. I remember when I was playing this game, I was a little bit worried. He seemed to be overwhelming a little bit here, but I just kept playing down my troops and I kept playing it calm. I have my Mana Sanctum here to help out with the defense, and I'm feeling pretty good. What you want to make sure that you do is you want to place a camp right in front of your Mana Sanctum, so you can't your opponent can't really inflict too much damage on your Sanctum anymore. They're going to hit this camp first. I returned here because I knew he was going to do Cat Mages, and this is one thing I missed in this battle. I didn't catch his tier 2 right away. I think, yeah, I just had used my Scrying Orb, and I don't catch his tier 2, and we're going to see it's going to be kind of beneficial, but, I mean, not beneficial. It's going to be beneficial to him, right? It's going to be really beneficial to him, and it's going to be actually really difficult for me to fight through this, but the reason why I pick Ayla as my hero these days is because I sometimes will forget the tier 2. You know, I'll sometimes get behind. As you can see, we're now like a whole half tier down. But because I have my Ayla, I am able to somewhat defend against the Harpies if I have my Shield Mouse blocking their attack on my Ayla. See, I'm like basically 3/4 of a tier down. I'm still pretty much, I'm going to be able to somewhat continue this game forward, and as you know, I win because you saw the original screen here. But my Troll Slingers can be faster than the Cat Mages. They're catching up. This guy's going to get tier 2. I know he's going to go with the Harpies. It's something that basically everyone will do against Troll Slingers. And so I know what he's going to do, right? I'm going to predict against that. I got to save up my Ayla here. I'm not placing my Ayla down. I want to save her. I want to get her up to full HP. And I'm going to still play aggressive. You know, I'm saving up my mana, though, because I know once I get to tier 2, I immediately have to get those 2 cards of the Ice Frost Mage and the Rocketeer. The Frost Mage is less important right now, but I know that my Rocketeer is incredibly important against this player. Now, he's already got Harpies already, and maybe one mistake he did is not playing as aggressive here, but because I played so aggressive in the early game, he is so down in mana that even if he wanted to, 3 Harpies is the max amount of mana he has to place down. Granted, he's on tier 2 and he has way more cards than me. This is another mistake I see a lot of people doing, is they get all these different cards, when in reality, you don't need that many cards to successfully defend and attack opponents. Like, what is he actually, what's the value he's gotten out of this Fire Pillar? It's not that much. When you're playing against stuff tier 1, the Fire Pillar, you know, it's okay. You know, it deals with Harpies, and a lot of people like it because the Fire Pillar can deal with air troops. But personally, tier 1, it's all about the poison. It's all about the the bomb. And if you don't have that, I mean, you're going to be kind of in the dumps. Here, I see he's coming out with these ogres. I think they're called, yeah, ogres. And I just got to burst these down with my Troll Slingers. And I'm keeping a wide spread because I do know at this fact that he has the Fire Pillar. So I want to keep a wide range. And at this moment, this is also a mistake from him. He places way too many Harpies down. I have my Rocketeers to deal with this. I have my Ayala up. I'm always keeping my Ayala protected. And we have just so much more troops in the battlefield right now. And I'm going to keep spamming my Troll Slingers underneath because I know that he's going to be able to place other troops. He's going to place down his Cat Mages and stuff that something's going to be on the lower tier, right? And I want to keep him busy. I can't just have him placing Harpies everywhere. I got to have some troop on the ground to kind of defend, and this guy gives up. He has so much mana behind just because of how much troops I have down, and it's just completely utter decimation. You know, the keeping up the pressure in tier 1 is so good with the Troll Slingers, and that if you're able to somewhat keep up with the opponent and going for that tier 2, you're going to be in a good spot. And if you somehow mess up like I did right there in that game, you can keep up pressure by having that Ayala, and you can stay still in the game. You can stay in the game. If you guys are enjoying the games, by the way, please remember to subscribe, as I really would appreciate. Also, hitting that like button is one cause for greatness, as hopefully it will get me above Bufferetti, you know, and the Castleburn suggested. I just hit my cord. So, when you're fighting against champions, heroes that you can't face against, like a Jean as an Ayala player, or a Scarlet, again, you can't play against Scarlet early game as an Ayala. You have to wait until you have your ability up. You always want to have the hero attack your camp first and then draw them to your tower, recall your hero, and then place them before the enemy hero can hit yours, and that way you get the tower aggro, your main tier tower aggro. This guy has already got the Cat Mages down. We're basically playing another Cat Mage player here. This guy Terrivel GSA, he's got the Cat Mage. Now we're on the same tier because this is a casual match, right? And one thing that I've also noted, that with any game in Castleburn now, you always want to basically get 2 Sanctums down. You don't have to get your troops out right away. The amount of time that their troops have to walk down the alleyway, it's basically the amount of time you have to get a troop. So if you get 2 camps and they're playing aggressive first, that's fine, because by the time he comes down, I'm going to have 2 Sanctums up, and I'm going to have my troops up, and he doesn't have a second Sanctum up. He just has a little push on me. It's going to be totally fine. I'm going to be able to easily defend this. Notice how I get my castle involved when fighting against this Jean. It's easy peasy. I have my Ayla to somewhat tank some of these hits, and this camp, I forget if it goes down. I don't think it does. I think I saved this camp. But now I'm going to return all of my Troll Slingers. I know he's probably got something. I don't want to go into his Cat Mages, because he'll just get value if he places a bunch of Cat Mages on top of me. But here, as we can see, I'm now basically an entire camp up on this guy. I'm going to be able to get this Sanctum up a lot faster than him. And I'm already plus on the exchange. I believe, I don't know if this guy is champion. I think he is. I was pretty sure he is. But here on this side, I know I have to place my Troll Slinger and a Shield Mouse to kill one Cat Mage. And I immediately return, seeing that it places more Cat Mages. I don't want to lose this 18 mana or 16 mana-ish that I spent on that Troll Slinger. But you know, if it's going to allow me a little additional pressure on the counter return, might as well do it. He goes for the poison, as my last opponent, the one I played in ranked, went for the Fire Pillar. Does a little bit more damage, but I have such a wide spread of Troll Slingers. Like, look at this map. It is entirely Troll Slingers. Like, Cat Mages, their goal is to place a bunch of Cat Mages in one select location and then completely overwhelm your Troll Slingers. What I'm doing is I'm having waves of Troll Slingers come on. I'm completely countering his game plan. His game plan, wait for me to do one big push with Troll Slingers and place a ton of Cat Mages on top. How I counter that? Widespread of Troll Slingers, and notice what I'm doing is that his Gene, right, is pressuring this left side. I'm placing my Ayla on the right side, mainly because I have my Shield Mouse, right? The Gene will never get to my Troll Slingers in the back line because I have these Shield Mices, and basically my Ayla is going to be doing more pressure and more work on this right side than his Gene's going to be doing, just because I have that Shield Mouse. I'm continuing to spread my troops across both lanes, and when he places one troop, or like when he places his cat mages in one location to try and counter mine, I'm just pressuring the other side. See how he always places a little clump of cat mages? That's how you play cat mages, but I'm not letting him play to his win condition. I am continuously pressuring. I see the poison come out, but honestly, I'm just getting value from continually pressuring. There's no reason for me to back off this. If I know I can get that second Sanctum on the left side, and I know that if I can do that, this game's basically over, right? This game is 100% over if I can get that Sanctum. My Troll Slingers are going to be constantly fighting off these cat mages. Here I definitely should return here, okay? I definitely going to say on my left side, I used my Scrying Orb because I honestly felt like this guy was somehow playing on less mana than I was. Like, I guess that was just from me playing pretty aggressive the entire time and keeping up the pressure, but somehow I felt like he was going for that tier 2. It's always good to check. It's always good to use that scrying token thing as much as possible, really, as when you feel an aggression level drop, that's always the best time to do it. Here I know he's going to be building up camps. One thing that you can do yourself is, instead of going for the Sanctum right away after your opponent backs off, do not go for the next Sanctum. Do not go and build that Sanctum right away, because you know your opponent's just going to come back at you. He's going to do another push, because basically what just happened here is I get another free 75 mana chopped off this guy. What he could have done is waited a little bit, placed a camp. Yeah, he could have placed his camp right here, but not going for the Sanctum, just because he knows I'm going to play aggressive again. I'm going to come out with some troops, and he can now counter it without losing an additional 75 mana. Anyway, see, I'm also placing my Ayla on the opposite side because I have my Shield Mouse, and overall, this match I know is going great for me. He is basically no Sanctums. Okay, yeah, I don't have all my Sanctums down, but I have my tier 2 coming up, and one mistake I probably made this game was actually when I hit tier 2. We'll see what happens. But anyway, he places a poison. I lose. I forget. I didn't see what that was, but I think I lost like one Troll Slinger. Such a value placement right there. I want to make sure I have that timing of the poison in my head, right? So I'm keeping track of when his poison is going to be up. I can tell, like, he always wants to place his cat mages in groups, right? Or else it's not effective. I'm keeping my even spread of Troll Slingers across the entire page, and I'm just constantly pressuring. Here, what I probably should have done, this is my only mistake probably this entire game, or else it would have been perfect. I should have gotten Harpies, very likely. But in some cases, maybe not. I don't know. The Frost Mages, they're good, right? And definitely, I still would have won this game, like, no matter what. But, I feel like the Harpies might have allowed me a little bit more of an advantage just because they're air troops, you know, and they can inflict a lot of damage on those cat mages. Anyway, that was some pretty nice games. I thought, you know, it was pretty interesting. Yeah, this guy's champion, I'm fairly certain. Some fairly nice games. I've been taking a lot of dubs, I'll be honest. Taking a lot of dubs. No losses, you know. Okay, there's one loss, but we don't talk about that one, you know. We don't talk about that one loss in the many. This is working out for me. Hopefully, I don't know if it works out for you all. It's I don't think it's OP. I don't think it needs, the strategy needs a nerf or anything. I think there's many other strategies that also work really well. It's just that this is what I found works out for me. And to finish off this episode, or whatever this is, I'm gonna open up my champion chest from last season and see what we get here. Some Shield Mouse, oh, that's really good. Rocketeer, oh, Troll Slingers, thank you. Let's see what we get, and more Troll Slingers, so good. All right, and Rocketeers, that's like amazing actually. All right, well, thank you all so much for watching. Remember, comment anything, any suggestion you all may have. I'll see you all next time. Peace out.